This is our fourth partnership event, but this is our first hybrid one where we have our partners in person and online. We're extremely proud of the work that you, our partners, have done out there to help us make this such a success. So today is a fantastic opportunity, and we hope that you find that too, to reflect on the challenges that we've all faced over winter, but also to think about all the help that we've been able to do out there within our communities. Importantly, it's also a chance for us to think forward and think about the challenges that are out there, but actually what we can do together through powerful collaboration.
No one point of access is sufficient. No one organisation is sufficient. How can we build that into the bloodstream of that wealth of policy and programme interventions that are coming up? So what those things that you said you wanted to do, network, collaborate, information share, is not just important so you can do what you do better, but it's constituent in having an ecology, an environment of support that starts from the right point, which is the experience of people struggling to keep their homes warm, and that package of support that must be available in order to get the outcomes. That does not happen by itself. In fact, the tendency is the other way.
The most amazing things that's happened to me in my career is that we've been able to build these incredible partnerships, which has enabled us to do our benefits geekery and get the billions of pounds of missing income into families' pockets. And I think for me, the case studies that really sort of that stand out for us this year is the fact that it's not just benefits that's to do with income maximisation anymore, it's to do with grants, it's support from local authorities. We know that poverty is a problem, fuel poverty is an issue, that these billions of pounds go unclaimed every year. But I think what we've got to keep trying to do is to get that support out to people.
By empowering clients, by enhancing their knowledge and awareness, we're also able to provide them with the tools that might mitigate or reduce the full force of the ongoing cost of living and energy crises. But the other two pillars which I think are useful to think about to help us understand how we might engage communities in the net zero is around procedural justice, so involving communities and grassroots in conversations about net zero, and maybe not talking about it in terms of, these big ambitious terms, but making these conversations meaningful, talking about them in ways that represent people's everyday lives.
Certainly what our partnership managers and our partners are telling us, that actually there's been more challenges this winter than others, and the complexity of challenges as well from a community outreach point of view. But I'd also like to reflect on what our frontline teams are saying. They're seeing more complexity, they're seeing more customers who are in desperate situations, and that's reflected in the amount of referrals that they've pushed through to partners as well. We've seen much more requirement for training on mental health. Our engineers are walking into customers' homes where there is real situations of desperation and overwhelmingly financial destitution, and that training need, putting in extra support around our frontline teams, is another thing that we've had to consider as well this year.
57% of the disabled people we speak to are in debt. That debt level has grown by 62% in just over the last year, and peaked last December at £2,884 per person, and it's actually still growing, so it's actually been growing through the summer months, which is horrendous. We reach a massive number of people digitally and through our helplines. In fact, Scope engages with about 4 million disabled people a year at the moment, but are obviously getting out into communities, particularly for those who have less access to that sort of support is important. And we are building up a lot of lived experience which we can share with partners in this room.
That's why our partnership with SGN is so important. It's enabled us to reach out and support us in providing over £2 million in income maximisation benefit, and just as importantly, our partnership and the way we work together with SGN is helping us move, shape, reach people in different areas in different ways, whether we're connecting to the work that's going on in local areas on those people who are on the priority services register, whether we're thinking about how we can break down the stigma of accessing support and benefits. It's thinking together about how we improve those mechanisms for delivery that's so important to us.
It's so important to make sure that everything you do is targeted. And it's really easy sometimes to kind of develop or offer generic solutions which kind of feel like they'd work really well. But what we've found there being real value in kind of really understanding client base really well and the particular needs they're in. And so I think my key recommendation for the future really is that always think about the data you've got and how that can lead you to develop really targeted service propositions. It's about getting people warm. It's about using the enabler of that warmth in the home to kind of bombard that person in a really nice way with advice and guidance and support and triage. And we do that ourselves, and we do it with some of the partners in the room.
We talk about the smart energy capability lens where, you've got to be able to access the internet. You've got to be able to use an app on your phone or your laptop. You might have a language issue. There might be social reasons why you can't go into debt or afford to be able to switch or have there's just a load of different barriers. So understanding what those barriers are means that you can respond to those better. And then those two together mean that helping people to be able to benefit from the technologies that they have got or that they have had installed.
I started off today by saying how proud I was of all the work that we've done in collaboration together. The amount of work that you guys do out there to help our communities is just phenomenal. So just a massive thank you from me. So our ambition has always been and will always be to never leave a customer behind. What we want to do with the help of you is to leave a legacy and make sure that our customers are informed and supported so that we never have to do that. What we've got going on is a movement for change, and together we can be absolutely powerful and make this happen. So thank you very much everyone, and look forward to seeing you at the next partnership event.